What yet, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lycos, and in this video I'm going to tell you about some of the best ways to make units and nanites in No Man's Sky. Now first up, let's talk about creating an activated indium farm. With one of these, you will be passively creating a ton of activated indium, which can make you millions of units. Now one of the best things about this method is that you can set it up in a way that you only have to check in on it every few hours. Or you can make it so that you only have to check it once a day, or even once every couple of days. It all depends on how many refiners and storage depots that you have connected together. Now first off, what you need to do is you need to find a planet that has activated indium. These kind of planets can be found in systems with blue stars, and all you need to do is just go around scanning the different planets until you find activated indium. Now after you find one of these planets, then you're going to need to go down to the planet's surface and use your scanner to find the activated indium mineral deposit. Now there are different classes of these mineral deposits, so you're going to be able to farm the most activated indium if you can find yourself an S-class deposit. So once you find it, all you need to do is set up refiners, supply depots, and then you need to connect them together and supply them with power. Now one thing to keep in mind is that the more that you have connected together, the more diminishing returns that you get. I recommend that you experiment with this farm, but to give you an example, what I've done here is I've connected 6 refiners to 11 storage depots, and I have 4 sets of these, but 6 refiners connected to 11 depots gets me 12,500 activated indium in 10 hours, and with the 4 sets that nets me around 8 million units every 10 hours. So if you want to be collecting them less often, just connect more storage depots and refiners together, but either way you're going to be making millions of units with an activated indium farm. Moving on, let's talk about a much more simple way to make units, and that's farming storm crystals. In order to farm storm crystals, you're going to have to find a planet that has extreme storms. So just keep warping from system to system, checking out the different planets until you find the crystals. Once you find a planet that has storm crystals, I highly recommend using the Minotaur mech in order to go around and farm them. With the mech you can get around the planet very quickly, and you can even pick up the storm crystals while you're still inside the mech. And as you can see, these storm crystals are worth a lot of units. Next up, let's talk about probably the best nanite farm in No Man's Sky. This is a very simple method. All you're going to need to do is find curious deposits. We're going to mine them to get runaway mold, and then we're just going to use a refiner, and the refiner will turn the runaway mold into nanites. Now the most difficult part of this is definitely just finding the curious deposits. You can find these on a variety of planets, but I found my curious deposits on an ice planet. So what you're going to do is you're going to go from planet to planet, and you're going to explore the surface of the planet and use your scanner to try and find the curious deposits. Now they do stand out because they are yellow icons, so once you see a yellow icon, check to see if it's a curious deposit, and just keep going until you find it. Now one thing that I do recommend when you find one of these curious deposits is to make a base right next to them. That way you can put your refiners in there for refining the runaway mold into nanites, and you can also put a teleporter in there so you can teleport back and farm these up whenever you want. And the best thing about the curious deposits is that whenever you teleport away and teleport back, the curious deposit will respawn. Now the last method that we're going to talk about is one of my favorite methods. You're going to be finding ships, you're going to be getting millions of units, and a decent amount of nanites as well. It's also a pretty simple method. All we're doing is we're going to be hunting down crashed interceptor ships. So how I like to do it is by using the Dreadnought AI units in order to find the ships. You get these from defeating Sentinel capital ships, and then once you get one, you just activate it and it will show you exactly where one of these crashed interceptor ships is located. Now in order to find these ships, you have to go to dissonant systems, which are pretty common, and then once you find the location of the crashed ship, you're going to need to repair it. Now luckily, everything that you need to repair the ship is found on the planets where you find the ships, so you're able to repair these ships very quickly. Now some of these ships that you find you might want to keep, but we're doing this so we can farm units and nanites, so we're just going to take these ships up to the space station and scrap them for parts and upgrades. We're going to sell the upgrades to the upgrade vendors, and then we're going to sell all the scrap to a pilot or the galactic trade to get millions of units. Now if you guys want to check out more of my No Man's Sky guides, there's a couple on the screen right now. Thank you all for watching. I hope you got some useful information out of this video, And as always, stay where you're at, and I'll come where you're too. Later, everyone.